Hi everybody, I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be making French toast. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I've been very busy, so I want to apologize for that. So, I got my ingredients here to make the French toast. We have our cinnamon, we have a little vanilla extract, we have eggs, just sliced white bread, butter to cook with, and we got some milk back here, and that's what we're going to be using. And I got a toaster also. We're actually gonna toast the bread to make the French toast. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the loaf of white bread and take out some bread. We'll place this off to the side. And that's the thing when you're making French toast. You wanna pre-toast the bread a little before you cook it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start toasting the bread a little bit. And there's another little trick I'm gonna show you. How's that? So we're just going to toast the bread a little bit, and you're going to stay with it because we're not going to toast it very much, just a little bit. We'll just check it out, pop it up, see how it's doing. We don't even really want it to change color. I'm going to go ahead and pop it up and see how it's doing. Give it a little bit more. Just a little bit hard to the touch is what you want. And I think that should be good. Just a little firmness to it. While that one's toasted, I'm going to grab a cutting board. I'm going to start out by toasting 6 slices. How's it going, Savin? Thank you for joining me. MNT993, thank you very much for joining in. So I got this one toasted nice. It's got a little crispiness to it, so that's good. And I'm going to pre-toast the last ones a little bit. So what I'm going to start doing while that one's cooking is I'm going to poke holes in the bread. So you just take your piece of bread like this, and you want to poke holes in it. And then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to poke some more holes in it. And you want to do that with each piece. And that's going to be the drawer in the egg. I'm going to go ahead and top up the toaster. Oh, that's going to be 1 more minute, so I'll put that back down. So I poked holes in this one. I'm just basically poking holes all around so we can draw that egg in. And the last two are done, so we'll throw those on the plate. And we got two more here. I don't know how many of you are a fan of French toast, but I really like it. So every once in a while I will make it. And this is the last piece. So we're going to go ahead and poke the holes. Now we're going to go over to the cutting board, and we're going to cut the bread diagonally. So basically just going to cut each piece diagonally. You want to end up with them looking like this. So now I got all the pieces cut. Just put them right on a plate. Like that. We'll get ready to cook them later. You love French toast, huh? Well, good, I'm not the only one. So now we're done with the toaster, so I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I got a little milk here that I'm going to use too. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start cracking the eggs. And when you make French toast, you want to use just the egg yolks and not the whites. So we have to separate them. So we're going to separate the yolk from the white. I'm going to put my yolks in the bigger bowl and the whites in my smaller little bowl. And you can save these whites because later in the morning you might want to make an omelet. So you can just add a couple more eggs to it, put some yolk in it, add your whatever you want, and make yourself a little omelet. So don't throw your egg whites away. You can wrap them up, throw them right in the refrigerator. Now I'm going to just drop my egg yolk in the bowl, and I got a little bowl here for my shells. I'm kind of just going back and forth, getting all the whites out, and then adding my yolk to the bowl. So, just going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, this is going to be egg number 6. You are going to use quite a few eggs because you are using only the yolks. So that right there is 8 egg yolks. I'm going to move my egg whites off to the side. Just got to rinse my hands. So like I said, I got some vanilla extract here. So I got a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Drop that right in. And add a little bit of milk in. You don't really have to measure it, just add a little bit. I didn't even measure this out. I just put it in here for convenience, so I didn't have to have a gallon out. Just dump a little bit in. It's fine. And then I got the cinnamon, which is very important. As you're making the French toast, as you make the pieces, every time you want to whip up the egg, re-whip it up, and make sure you have enough cinnamon in there. Go ahead and add cinnamon. I'm going to whip everything together. I'm going to stop preheating the pan. Just on a medium-high heat. We're going to mix it up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more yolks just by looking at it. I almost put the white in there. Well, maybe I'll just go with one for now. One more. See how that goes. You go ahead, add a little more cinnamon. I'm gonna move my eggs out of the way, my shells. Let the pan blow up a little bit, and I got some butter for the pan. Got my spatula ready. Got a clean plate to plate up our French toast. And we've got some syrup, which we'll be using later. Try some of our French toast. No, you have to have some sugar?
Yes, it's in the cupboard right there. It's in a plastic bag.
It's also another ingredient after we're done, we're gonna be adding to the French toast. It's a little confectioner sugar. It's just basically that white powdered sugar. You don't have to add it if you don't like it, but I do like it on my French toast. I will add a little at the end, because it's something I do like. So, just basically sprinkle a little bit on. I'm going to open up the butter. Cut off a little pat of butter. Get that all melting around. Now I'm going to start soaking my pieces of bread. Just soaking it right in the batter. Both sides. Just placing them right in the pan. So I did one piece. Stirring up my eggs. A little dash of cinnamon for the top. I'm going to go ahead and start soaking another 2 pieces. I got a nice big pan so I can fit quite a few, which is nice. Dave, want to bring the camera in? Get an angle right on the pan. Okay. Go ahead and soak another piece. Add a little bit more cinnamon. I'm going to be doing 3 slices, which is 6 halves at a time. If you see a piece that needs a little cinnamon, just shake some on, it's no problem. So we're going to let that cook. Smells so good. It's the simplest things that are so delicious. Thank you very much. I'm glad you think it looks good. Towel here. Got some ingredients on the iPad, so. Now I'm going to start looking at the first piece I dropped down, just to check the other side to see how it's coming along. It's looking good, but it's got a little ways to go. You also can use the Texas toast, which is a little bit thicker if that's something that you like. So you can also keep that in mind. So I'm turning over the first piece that I cooked. Now I'm turning over the second one. Sprinkle a little cinnamon. Give it that nice color. Now I'm flipping over the second piece. Sprinkling on a little cinnamon to the other side. So how many of you guys are actually starting to make French toast right now while you're watching this? I know I would be if I was watching this video. So I've flipped over all the French toast and I'm just letting it cook on the other side. Then I'll plate it and start my second batch. It looks like I'm going to need one more egg, so I'll crack that now while it's cooking. So you're working out and watching this. Good job, you're multitasking. You want a hot Pretz Cuban sandwich? Okay. Crack in one more egg. Taking out the white. Put it right in my bowl. Add a little bit of cinnamon. together. Okay, we'll see what we can do about that Cuban sandwich. Now, see how it's coming along. Looking really good. I just flipped it over back to the original side. I'm going to give it about 40 seconds. I'm going to take it off. I know you watch the vid. So we're going to slide these right off into the plate. I'm going to wipe down the pan a little bit. Just wiping down the pan a little bit. I'm going to add some more butter. Well, just lower down the heat a little. The pan was running a little hot. We'll get that butter all melted around. We can put a little plastic wrap over our French toast. We'll keep it warm. And now we can go ahead and start soaking our next batch. Rinse my hands here. Looks like I'm going to have just enough egg. To finish this. This is the last piece right here. And I used everything. Add a little cinnamon to this side. Then when I flip it, I'll add a little bit more. I'll give it that nice color. So to give you an idea, just to make 6 slices took 10 egg yolks. So, to give you an idea. So if you were using Texas toast, you'd probably use the whole dozen. It's not ready to be flipped yet, but it's getting close. We are done with the vanilla, so we can put that away. I'm flipping over the first 2 I made. And they are just cooking beautifully now. Now that the pan's at the right temperature, it looks great. Adding a little bit of cinnamon to give it that great color and taste. You can see inside that pan, but it's really nice. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like the way it looks. I'm getting hungry already just looking at it myself. Don't go too far because I'm almost done. So now I'm flipping it back over one more time. Just for 1 minute. And I'm going to be plating it. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on the confectioner's sugar that I like. Just a little bit. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stove. Place the rest of them on there. Sprinkle down a little bit of that sugar, which I love so much. Go ahead and put that away. I'll wipe this down a little bit of a mess. So I hope you like the way it came out. Now for my favorite part, I'm going to grab myself a plate. Grab a couple pieces. I got my syrup. Now I'm going to add some of that, some syrup right to my French toast. I'm going to come over here. I guess I can go right in front of the camera and try it out. Really, really delicious. When you make this, you're gonna love it. Trust me. You just follow what I did to that right crispiness. Absolutely fantastic. You'll never go to the restaurant again. This came out amazing. So I'd like to thank you for joining me, and I hope to be making another video soon, but things have been very busy, but I appreciate you joining me. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.